Welcome to the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist and Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist. We're reporting to you live from the Wave Beach Realty Studios in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. All right, guys, welcome back into the Dollars and Cents podcast with Wes the Economist. I am Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist, and we are back for episode 39 of our Quick Clips series. And today, I think we're actually going to talk a little bit. I know we're behind on this about it. Everything's already kind of wrapped up on it, but the Elon Trump debacle. I was a huge Elon fan before. Still am.
Friday. It was a Friday where they brought him into the Oval Office, had the black eye.
Yep.
Which he said his son gave him.
Yeah, which I don't think so. I don't know a little kid's hitting you hard enough because his son's young. You got to hit somebody hard to black their eye like that all the way around. You got to hit them hard. Unless his son's been in boxing classes, I don't believe it. I mean, he was mad. He looked pretty upset in the Oval Office after that too. So,
but it would have been red if it just happened. It had to happen a day or so before.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, it would have had to happen before. It wouldn't have been that. It wouldn't have been like 10 minutes prior or something.
And I can't see if anybody hit him in the eye that person won't be worse off. We'd be hearing about that.
Right. Yeah. I don't know, man. Who knows what?
Somebody
happened.
said it was the chief of staff. Somebody else said it was somebody from the House or something.
Yeah, I've heard multiple things. We'll never know. Nobody's ever going to say anything
about
it. But
Trump gave him great accolades, gave him the key to the White House.
Yeah.
But it didn't take long for.
Did he take the key back?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I thought Trump did say something, a couple things right off the bat, but he kind of toned down pretty quickly. I was kind of surprised, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think he really likes Elon. I think he
has a lot of respect for him. I think he knows that Elon's a little different. You know, Elon, but to be like a mad genius like he is, you're going to have a little quirk.
He definitely showed it.
Yeah.
And it definitely fractured a bunch of people. I mean, there was a lot of diehard Musk people and a lot of diehard Trump people going at it.
Yeah.
For me, it was, okay, they're both right. So what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Trump's right because the political process is not going to go along with how Musk wants it done.
Right.
Musk is looking at it from a business standpoint.
Yeah, and it should go the way Musk wants it.
It should. Musk is exactly right. The debt is our biggest issue.
Yeah.
I'll put it up for you, but I don't want to give you nightmares.
Right.
But it's almost at $37 trillion now.
Yeah. And I get it. Musk said that bill was worse but
it is.
You know, but then somebody was talking about it on another podcast. Somebody, I think it was, it wasn't Kash Patel. It was somebody talking about it though, and they were explaining. Oh, it was J.D. Vance. He was on. It might have been Theo Vaughn's podcast or somebody's, and he was talking about how the process works with a bill. You draft it. You put what you want in there to try to get it to pass. You got to put some other stuff that they might like, to get bipartisan support. And he's like, it's the first draft, and you got to go back and forth to get these things. And this is how it goes.
But it's not even bipartisan support. No Democrats going to vote for it. Period.
Yeah, I know.
They're literally negotiating inside the Republican Party.
Yeah. So it's just a mess.
But you're same thing you're saying though.
Yeah.
The Tennessee person wants this. The California person wants this. And it's like,
yeah. So you put all of it in a draft bill, and then I guess Elon just wasn't happy with it. But it's not the final one. I guess it wasn't the final one. It was just the one that they were looking at was like a draft of what they were trying to get approved. And,
of course, the one now is worse than that. So all the stuff they've added to it.
Yeah.
But I understand where Trump's going with this. He wants to get the bill passed. It doesn't really save us money. It's not really cutting spending, but it's the next step of getting all those other stuff in place for him then to go back and try to clean out the spending. Which I hadn't heard what happened with that one bill. What do you call it? The bill he sent over to Congress to ask the permission not to spend the money, because that's the next. Once he cuts spending for the non-discretionary stuff, he has to send it back to Congress to get approval for not spending the money.
Right.
And that's hit some roadblocks. I think it was going to pass the House last I heard.
Yeah.
But again, why is that hitting roadblocks? We Republicans own the House.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
It's just because Republicans like spending money. It's
probably affecting some of their pockets, some of the spending. So it probably is. Some of them are in the same. Sometimes some of these Republicans and Democrats are in the same boat. They just are on different sides of the aisle. So yeah, I feel like when the ones that are against it probably need to be examined a little closer.
Yeah.
It's just a mess, man.
During the whole thing, Elon said something about Democratic candidates, and of course they jumped all over that. But once he calmed down, I know he's not going to go support a Democrat. He's going to spend more money than what he was fighting against in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he also was posted on X about trying to form another political party. And I was like, oh boy,
American Party.
Yeah. I was like, which I wouldn't be upset if there was more parties that had a chance, with better ideas that weren't so tied to the politics of the right and left. It wouldn't hurt my feelings to have a more, reasonable
centrist
party. Yeah, centrist or just more reasonable across the board. You don't even have to call it centrist. Just it could still be even a Republican Party, just not the Republican Party. You know what I'm saying? Like some type of just happy medium somewhere where people actually get things done and can agree and have bipartisan support. But I don't think that'll ever happen. But it's a nice thought.
Yeah.
Elon's got the right. I mean, he means well in his heart, and I know he really wants what's best for the country. So I respect and support him for that. But it's the political scene is just is nasty, and I just don't think Elon was prepared for like how much backlash
just how
and
screwed
everything.
Up it is.
Yeah, and then everybody trying to cancel him and light his cars on fire and do everything just because he was.
I feel sorry for him. He used to have the left exclusively. He won some right over, but lost the left, and then he lost some of the right.
Yeah, so he's stuck in the middle now, which might not be the worst place to be. You got to when you're stuck in the middle, you might have more of the most reasonable people on your side when it's all said and done. But what do I know?
Now again, he's right. We've got to do something about this. I mean, we cannot keep spending the way we're spending.
No, it's horrible.
It's just no way.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get it stopped in one bill either. I understand that also, but we can't. I mean, this has been going on for 6 months now. We got to get it done.
Yeah. The theory is because we're the world's reserve currency that we're safe no matter what. That's just a wild thing to bank on.
Especially when the dollar's so weak, and not so weak buying purchases as just there's nothing backing it.
Right. When life gets unpredictable, turn to a partner you can trust. At Bobby Clary State Farm, we've got you covered. Whether it's home, auto, or life insurance, we're dedicated to providing personalized coverage that fits your needs. With our friendly and knowledgeable team, navigating your insurance options have never been easier. Visit BobbyClary.com or call 843-438-6000. Bobby Clary State Farm, here to help life go right.
Eisenhower Dental, located at 107 Waccamaw Medical Park Drive in Conway, a place where you can find all your dental services, including general dentistry, cosmetic, restorative, and pediatric dentistry. Reach out to them today at their website, eisenhowerdental.com, or call them at 843-234-3110, 843-234-3110, and tell them Wes the Economist sent you. We're fortunate that Saudi Arabia has backed down and now is going to be using it for petroleum purchases again. They didn't stop, but they started taking other currencies, which they pierced our shield of the petrodollar.
Yeah.
But they've agreed to come back alongside. I think Trump had a lot to do with that. So we're safe for now, but as soon as the petroleum market is pierced and no longer is the dollar the only thing you can use to buy, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Because trillions of dollars that are on the world market right now.
Yeah.
For petroleum would have to come back to this country to be worth anything.
Right.
And all that money flooding into our economy is going to send our prices through the roof.
Ugh.
People have money in the pocket. What do they do with it? They spend it. And if you spend with no more supply, prices go up.
Yeah.
Look at any auction on eBay.
Yeah.
It's basic economics.
Yep.
So we're still in trouble with the dollar.
Right.
We're okay now, like you said, because we still are the world currency.
Yeah.
BRICS wants to do away with that.
Right.
And they've had some things roadblocks in their way, so hopefully they stay there.
Yeah. Yeah, if we come off of that, I don't know, it could really take a turn.
Of course, Pakistan's already said they would attack us if we attacked Iran. I don't know where. Does that put India on our side? I don't know how that works.
I don't know. Well,
India's a
Russia
big piece of that.
supports Iran too.
Yeah, and they're part of BRICS.
And they've got people in Iran. I think there's some facility they have Russian people at, and he said he's not pulling any of his people out of there. So if we bomb and kill some Russians, it's like, what now? What?
Yeah.
So it's a sticky situation. I don't. That's why I would like to just let Israel has the capabilities to do whatever they need to do in Iran with not having our help. They don't need us
except for those bunker busters.
Yeah. Well, if they just have to go in on the ground.
Yeah. So, and that's gonna be our next quick clip. I think is the Iran-Israel stuff that's going
it's
on
a mess over there.
So. Anything else about Trump and Elon? Do you think they get back close as they were?
I don't think they'll. I'm sure they'll talk and still be close, but I don't think he'll be like hanging out the White House with his kid and holding Trump's hand, walking to the helicopter and all that anymore. I think those days are gone.
To make that clear, that was the kid, not Elon.
Correct.
Holding the hand.
Could have also been Elon for what it's worth, but yes, yeah. Could have been
in my
Elon.
head, when you said it in my head, I'm like,
yeah, the kid.
wait a
He was
minute,
holding,
that
Trump
wasn't
was
Elon,
holding
though,
the
but
kid's
I
hand,
could
yeah.
see that. You're right. I could see that.
Yeah, well,
they were close.
yeah, if Elon went off the
That
rails
bromance.
enough, Trump might have to guide him to the helicopter. But
That bromance was pretty strong. Heavy.
yeah, I think he even got rid of the Tesla at the White House.
Did he
after
really?
that. I think so. I think he said he was going to sell it or give it away. I don't know if he did or not, but
Well, the
Trump.
first 48 hours, Trump was kind of pushing back, and then I was kind of, like I said, the way Trump is, I'm surprised he backed down. He just kind of.
He went off on Tucker Carlson too.
Oh yeah, heard
Called
that.
him a kook. He said he was kooky. Kooky Tucker Carlson doesn't know what he's talking about or something. Apparently, Tucker on that interview with Ted Cruz though said he did call him and apologize.
Okay.
I was like, he shouldn't have to apologize, but he didn't say.
Oh,
anything.
Tucker called him, or he
Tucker
called
Trump to apologize
Oh, okay.
for upsetting him, which is
Upsetting
interesting.
him or what he said, because he said something that made Trump.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything bad. He's just saying that that you're betraying the America first if you back Israel and go into Iran, which isn't necessarily untrue.
Okay, we say that for the quick
Okay.
because I maybe I have a different perspective of what's going on, because I don't think it's I don't think him going into Iran is necessarily against America first, and I can explain that on the quick clips.
Okay, yeah, we'll get into that because Ted Cruz talked about he brought up the Bible as far as backing Israel, so I want to get your thoughts on that too.
Okay. Well, hopefully Elon and Trump are back together, and Elon will continue to give his insight, because I think he had a lot of insight.
Yeah.
I think he was frustrated though, because I mean they didn't even cut $1 trillion,
Right.
and he was goal of $2 trillion.
Yeah.
I think he could. I
Yeah.
honestly think he could, but like you said, he ran up against the establishment and the political environment that he wasn't used to,
Yep.
and you can't get anything done in Washington.
I know it's a mess.
I say we close it all down. Let's move the capital to St. Louis and just wipe.
Yeah, that would be a good start. They already moved the FBI headquarters out of D.C., didn't they? I'm pretty sure
He
that's
was
what
going
Kash Patel's
to-
doing.
I think he's
I
going
think
to.
they're building something. He said the building's falling apart. He said it's a crapple.
Oh, yeah, he said it's terrible.
it's horrible.
But where they moved it, someone in Central.
I don't remember where he said he talked about it on that podcast. That was a good episode too.
But
Even
how-
though I'm not going to get into that. That's a different podcast. Still lying about Epstein, but and he's killing me with that. He's killing me with that.
All right, well, let's wrap this one up, and we'll get into Israel and Iran on our next quick clip.
Sounds good.
All right.
Are you looking to buy a home in North or South Carolina? You need to reach out to Wave Beach Realty today. We are a family-owned company with over 10 years of experience in North and South Carolina and operate along the Grand Strand. Give us a call today at 843-957-3872. That's 843-957-3872.
Mortgage payment, insurance payments, credit card payments, they can be very overwhelming. Are you ready to take the time to get things under control? Then reach out to me at Clark Financial Coaching to see if we can get you started with a budget and then a vision for the future. Write me at coachwesc@gmail.com. That's coachwesc@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening to the Dollars and Cents Podcast with Jonathan the Conspiracy Theorist and Wes the Economist. Don't forget to send us your topics and give us feedback at dollarscentsgs@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram and X at dollarscentsgs. You can follow us on Facebook at Dollars and Cents. Listen to us on the podcast format at Dollars and Cents Podcast, and you can also find us on YouTube at the Dollars and Cents Podcast.